Alright everyone, today we're checking out the new Hubsan H001 Nano. So Hubsan this isn't the first time Hubsan's made small quadcopters, but I think this has got to be one of the smallest, most simplistic quads. I think they've made some Nanos before, if I'm not mistaken. I've never had them, but I think they were a little bit bigger than this. So this is a really small one. We've seen Nanos like this before, but this is from Hubsan, right? So we know Hubsan's a great quality, it's a great brand, they typically have great products, and that's why I picked this one out, because I know there's a lot of Hubsan fans out there, and we want to check this thing out and see how it flies. If you've seen my last review, you want to pass on that one and probably go with something like this, but this is a really cool little pocket drone, right? And there's nothing really too fancy about it. See, I'm kind of getting a little tired of like the fancy features that don't work well, so I've been trying to focus on some quads that have some basic flying fun, just an overall good time little quadcopters, and that's what we're looking at today. So the Hubsan, they always package their quads really fancy. I mean, even for a little Nano, check that out, right? Cool little opening, little flaps, nice little transmitter layout here. Everything's wrapped in plastic, very nice. Just a nice presentation. This would be a great gift to anybody or yourself. You do have a USB charging cable with this one, and then they do give you 4 extra spare propellers. Look how small those propellers are. They're just tiny little propellers. And then they do have a little instruction manual in here as well, which I can't get out, so I'm not going to bother doing it right now. But quad's pretty straightforward as far as its functions and features. So just taking a look at everything here. You do have an on-off switch on the back of the transmitter, which I like, right on the back. It's going to take 2 AAA batteries on the inside, so we're going to pop those in, and then you've got a nice little case on the front that holds your quad, right? So you can put this whole thing with you, put it in your pocket, take it with you, and be ready to go. But you can't charge the quadcopter from the transmitter, so that's one little downfall. Sits right inside of there very nicely. Look how small this thing is, just tiny. To give you some depth perception there on my hand, just a tiny little quad, tiny little Hubsan, and they put an on-off switch on it, which is really nice. And then there's your charging port, right? It's so small they didn't have space to even put it into the canopy design. Your LiPo's inside there. I'm not sure if it shows us what size LiPo that is. Obviously it's a 1-cell LiPo. I'd imagine it's probably like a 25 milliamp or 30 milliamp. I mean, it's just tiny little, look at how cute that is. But really good looking little quadcopter for what it is, and it seems like it's very well put together. Transmitter feels pretty nice in the hands. It's a small transmitter. You both have clicking on the left and right, and then you have a couple trim tabs here as well. So let's go ahead and put some batteries in the transmitter, and we'll take this thing up. Alright, so got the batteries in there. I hate AAAs, by the way. Anyways, the quadcopter, just really cool, awesome little design. We're going to go ahead and power that little switch on. Going to put it on a level surface so that it is calibrated correctly. We're going to turn that transmitter on. We're going to throttle up and down, and we should be bound. Oh, look at the little motors. Look at the little LEDs. These are your trim tabs. These buttons, the sticks, do go in and out, so we'll see if they do anything. So let's just take this thing up. We're going to keep it fairly close. This is really designed for indoor flying, guys, but look at this. All right, so left button. Doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Let's try the right one. Okay, so that's our rate. So the right pushing in your stick is your rates. It's got a low rate and a high rate, and that's it. Let's see if there's any flip function. Oh, I was hoping to kind of see some flips, but no flips on this guy. LEDs are flashing on the front. I hope that's not our low voltage. I hope it's just a warning. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we've got a headless mode, possibly. No? I don't know. That was really odd. Yes, it is a headless mode. So the LED flashing is the headless mode, and that must be the left press in of the stick. It is. So left stick press in is headless mode. So when you tap it, the lights will flash, and no matter what orientation it is turned, away from you is away from you, towards you is towards you. That makes flying these really simple, and it's working very well on this little Hubsan. See, left is always left, right is always right, no matter what. I don't want to take it too far away from you guys so you can see it here, but it's flying really well. The headless mode's working very well. I remember the first time I had one of these little nano quarter side quads, like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago now, when they first started coming out. And I just thought it was such a kick. Look at that. It is really cool. I haven't flown a quad like this small in a long time. It's a trip. Look at that. Headless mode is working really good. It's got good punch to it. Hey, for the little quad that it is, I don't know how big that lipo is, but I'm flying it hard. Now the LEDs on the back are flashing. So now it's going to be getting a low voltage now, but I was flying it pretty hard, spinning it. Look at this out. Check this out though. Whoa. It's like a mosquito. It's so little. And you know what's nice about this? You can't hurt anything flying it. You know, it's so small. You can fly it around your house. It can crash and you're not really going to have... Oh, almost made the landing pad. I missed it. You're not going to have any issues with it. That's more than expected with flight time on one of these nanos. That's what I can anticipate. Nothing super long. So hopefully I'll time it here on the video so you guys can see, and I'll put a little number in the screen. But I like it. Hubsan fans, add to your collection. Getting this little nano, this little pocket drone. It just looks really cool. And I just, you know, love the size of these little things. And the LEDs, look at that. LEDs on it are really cool too. Anyways, I'm sorry, I can't get enough of the little quadcopter design. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the description below. I'll have a link as always if you want to pick them up. And we'll see you on the next one. Happy flying life.